You're really curious about running. You want to try. You want to try and see if this is the sport for you. So this video is all about running for beginners. You haven't really gotten out there on the road, or maybe you have just a little bit, but what are some of the things that you really need to know to help you get started right? Really enjoy running and get hooked on it so that it becomes a lifelong sport. Stick with me. I have 5 reasons why you will love running and why you want to make it your sport. Hey everybody, it's Jessie with Running for Everyone. Thanks for being here. This channel is all about sharing running advice, tips, motivation, and real-life running stories to help you achieve your running goals. If you like this video, please click that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification to get our weekly updates. So when I started running, I just had an old pair of shoes that I threw on, went outside, started running. There's many things that as I reflect back on my running career, and I've been running for about 30 years on and off now. So I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks that would help a new runner really start the sport easily in a way that protects their body and helps you get started the right way so that you're engaged, feel successful, and want to keep with it for a lifetime. Here's what I've learned. Number 1 is your gear. Gear with running can be pretty simple. My first recommendation always is to get a great pair of running shoes. If you can, if at all possible, please go to a local running store and have someone who can look at your stride, see how your foot hits the ground, and fits you for the right pair of running shoes. This is really, really important because if you think about it, if there's any other piece of gear that you need to work well for you, it is your shoe. Because your shoe is the thing that kind of supports you all the way up with your running. Your foot is the thing that's taking the impact, and you want to make sure it's supporting how your body moves well. This is important. I went to a local running store. They actually had this pretty cool machine that I could step on, and it did all kinds of measurements of my foot. So I have a wide foot. They fitted me for a wide shoe, but it took all kinds of other measurements, and I found out that I actually could come down a little bit in size from what I thought I needed, and with a wide shoe, it really supported my foot well. So have somebody who knows what they're doing help you with fitting you for your shoe. The other pieces of gear that you really might find helpful, with shoe being first, would be clothing that would protect you from chafing. So, a lot of times people like to wear compression shorts so that you don't get any rubbing between your legs with your thighs. If you get chafing while you're running, it's going to be painful and it's going to not have you wanting to be out there. So a second piece of gear that's really helpful is some clothing that's going to help prevent chafing. Number 2, I would say, to helping you with your running goals and your running growth would be some sort of tracking gear. So there's a lot of different things that people can use. There's certainly running apps out there. I like to use Map My Run. This helps me. Map My Run is something you can just Google, sign up for a free account. It helps you create routes. So you can pull up your local area and actually map out a running route. It tells you mileages. You can send it to your phone. There's ways of upgrading and getting more features. I actually just use the free version of it, but I've used that app for years. There's been newer apps that have come on the market. I know some friends that use Strava, so that's kind of a good app too. It actually talks you through your route as you're going. I've not ever personally used it, but know friends who have. Also, you can do something like a GPS watch if you want to invest in something like that. That's where it's going to help track your mileage as you're actually out there. So it'll give you your speed, your distance, your pace. I interval run. I'll talk about that in a second. It helps me track my intervals. Gives you your overall distance. Some of them measure heart rate. There's all kinds of features on those. You can get as complicated or keep it as simple as you want through tracking gear. So again, I do think it's a very helpful thing as a beginning runner because you want to know your mileage. You want to make sure that you're setting some goals for yourself and you can see that you're accomplishing them. That's really important. So I would recommend as number 2, after gear, things like your shoes and your clothing, 2 would be some sort of tracking device software that can help you measure your distances to set your goals and see that you're accomplishing your goals. Number 3 is interval running. Interval running is a walk-run method that really can assist you as you are starting out running. I actually do it all the time. I see a lot of runners using it all the time, and I'll explain the benefits of that. Excuse me. But I really believe that interval running, which is where you run for a certain period of time, walk for a certain period of time. It's a run, walk, on and off, planned walk breaks in your running. Personally, I do a 3-minute run, 30-second walk, 3-minute run, 30-second walk. My watch will give me a beep when I need to walk, but the benefit of this, particularly for a beginning runner, is that you get a little bit of a break. You're going to run for 3 minutes or whatever your interval time is, and then you'll walk for a short period of time. This really helps both mentally and physically work you into the sport of running so that you can achieve your goals. If you're going to go out and run your first mile, if you know that you want to do a 2-minute run, 1-minute walk, that's fine. It's just getting you out there, starting that running process, and you can tweak those intervals however you want to, but it eases you into the sport. It's actually really great for you physically. The run-walk method, I know for me, certainly has helped prevent injuries for me, particularly as you're building mileage. It gives you an opportunity to take a break. I stay better hydrated when I do that. And to be honest with you, I've actually run faster doing the run-walk method than just running over time. So, to tell you a little story. For my first marathon, when I decided, okay, I'm ready for that big goal, I'm going to run my first marathon, I signed up with a running group to help me achieve that goal. And little did I know, it was a marathon group that was doing the run-walk method. And I thought, well, this is really weird. Why are they doing this? But as I was doing the training, I actually saw there were other training groups out there that were just running. We, as a group, each of us, all of us individually as a whole group together, we were outrunning the people who just ran. So it's really interesting. There's a lot of people who aren't so sure about it, but if you get out there and you start looking at interval running, you will find that people see that they actually do run faster with that little bit of a break. So it helps prevent injuries, and it helps speed you up over time. But as a beginning runner, I think interval running is an awesome way to get you into the sport, to enjoy it, to feel successful on accomplishing your goals. So I highly recommend, beyond gear, beyond your tracking device, whatever that may be, I recommend interval running as your third really strong thing to know about as you start your running program. Number four would be running safety. And I like to talk about this. It's not a very fun, not exciting sort of a thing, but this is really, really important. It's critical. Running safety, what you need to know about getting out there on the roads would be, number 1, runners should run facing traffic. So you don't run on the same side of the road that you drive, you run facing traffic. So you want to go to the opposite side of the road so you can see the traffic coming at you so that you can get out of the way. So that's really big for running safety. Number 2 would be if you are running during dusky hours, whether it be in the morning as the sun is coming up and you think it's light outside, but it's still kind of dusky out, or as the sun is going down, wear some sort of light, some sort of reflective gear. This is really important. I don't know if you've ever been out there and it's at those times and you see somebody running on the road, but you don't really see them. And it's kind of scary. It's very easy. Even though it seems like there's enough light out there, it's really hard to see people. So as the runner, whenever it comes to you in a car, you're going to lose. So you want to be sure that if you're running during those dusky hours, to wear some sort of reflective gear. The third thing that I find as a runner that's really interesting is kind of this odd dance with cars. As you're trying to cross the street, a lot of times cars will stop and wave you on, and you're like, oh, do I go? Do I stay? Do I go? I would always give the car the right of way. You never really know. Watch when you're crossing streets. Particularly, a lot of times there are these right on reds, and the drivers are looking this way when they're going to turn this way. And if you're running towards the car, they're not even going to be looking to see if you're there. So you do not want to run out in front of that car. These are just some really important things that I've seen through the years that can help save your life, to be quite honest with you. They certainly save injuries. You can't be too careful when you're out there running. So be careful, be cautious about these tips. Please think about them when you start running, because it really can be helpful and keep you safe. And last but not least, number 5, the biggie on why you want to run, what it's going to do to help make you a successful runner and have you hooked for life, would be your motivation. So motivation can take a lot of forms. There's a lot of reasons why people want to start running, and I've done a video on that, why you want to run. A lot of times it's weight loss. A lot of times it's stress reduction. Maybe you want to be physically more fit. Maybe you want to meet new people and have it be kind of a social outlet for you. All of those things are great reasons on why you want to run. And you want to keep your motivation kind of in the back of your mind. You don't want it to be necessarily your driving force. If you gauge everything solely on that motivation, and you see, that it takes a little more time than you want to reach your weight loss goals, or to meet the people that you want to meet, or achieve whatever physical health that you want, the running life is kind of a running life, and it can take a little bit of time to build it. So don't measure it by a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Give it some time, but keep that goal in the back of your mind, because you will see, I promise you, you will see your life change if you stick with it. It will bring you all of those things. It will bring you weight loss. It will bring you stress reduction. It'll bring you a healthier body, and it will bring you friendships and fun. I promise you all of those things. Running is all about all of those things. And so it's a great reason, and it's a reason why you will get hooked on this fabulous sport. So I hope you've enjoyed this. There's 5 great things that you need to keep in mind. Gonna run through them real quick. Gear. Keep in mind your gear. You want to keep in mind some sort of tracking device. You want to maybe think about or consider interval running. You want to know about safety tips for keeping you safe out there on the road, and you want to keep your motivation in mind. All of those things are tips that will help you start successfully and will hook you on the sport of running, so that it becomes a lifelong journey. It is life-changing. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you find it helps you get started successfully and enjoying and having fun, most of all, along your path of running. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've liked it, please click the like button, hit the bell notification to get updates of our weekly videos, subscribe, and comment below if you've started to run. I'm really curious how the journey is going for you. If you've ever experienced any of these things, if you have a good app that helps you track your running, any of those sorts of things, let us know. Running is about community, and we want to share with everyone your feedback and your thoughts. Have a great day.